I'm just going to say the thing that we're not supposed to say is strong, independent women. I hate it, and I'm tired of this. You know what's funny? Sometimes the ones that are the strong, independent women, they're so strong and independent. They're the worst ones. They're the worst ones on the dating apps, and when they're trying to date, they're the worst ones. They're the ones sending the long paragraphs to men about their feelings and how they were hurt because, oh my God, I don't know, the guy overslept or something. It's just so ridiculous and such. But I can tell you, for one, I am tired of it. I love good, healthy, strong, masculine men, and that's exactly what I want. I want a man. All those other women out there know that they do too, or we wouldn't be watching all this dating videos and relationship advice and Sex in the City, okay? It's fine. Just admit it already. And, don't be so clingy and needy and desperate for one thing. Love yourself. Love yourself. You have to have the love within yourself. And stop acting like you don't need a man or want a man, okay? It's okay to want a partner. It's okay to want a man. We all want a man. And a healthy masculine man, when he decides he wants you, he's going to know quickly. He's not going to make you second guess. He's not going to make you question. He's not going to make you question your worth or the relationship, okay? All right, I don't know. I just got on a tangent, but I don't know. I love you guys. Love yourselves, okay? Stop this battle of men versus women. Stop it. We need to be a team. We need to be partners. Let's weed out the toxic people. Yeah, get rid of the toxic asshole narcissists for sure. But when you find healing, you will find your match. All right. Love you. Bye.
I don't know how to say this without being mean, but every man that I've ever met that has told me he doesn't believe in therapy needed therapy desperately.
Some of these women be having all the answers, but no man.
Do you guys want to know how dating's been going after divorce? Okay, so bachelor number 1, he asked me on a date and then canceled the night before. He said he had the flu, which is totally fine, but I don't think he had the flu because he blocked me on everything. Bachelor number 2, I met on Raya, which is not location dependent, so he lived a 2-hour flight away, and he kept mentioning he wanted to visit me, which is great, but he was very persistent, and he kept wanting to visit at the worst time. So the first time he tried to visit, it was the weekend I was moving into my apartment, which he knew, and it just felt like he wasn't listening to me when I would tell him these things. It's I'm gonna be real, I can't entertain someone when I'm driving 8 hours across the state and I haven't even seen my apartment and I'm getting the keys. So then I was starting a new job, which I told him, and then he said, oh, I can visit you this week. So the day after I started my new job, to which I was like, no, I can't meet you. I don't even have my work schedule or my laptop yet. So again, I felt like he wasn't listening to me. And granted, both the times that he wanted to come out here, he joked about sleeping on my couch. So I had to be like, hey, I'm getting a divorce, which you know. And I want to make it clear to you, if you come out here, there isn't going to be an expectation I'm sleeping with you, because it's not going to happen. Okay? I'm like, I can go visit you. It's only a 2-hour flight. And he starts acting really sketchy about it. And then he admits that he's dating other people in his city. So I got the vibe that he was not wanting to run into anyone. So then a third time, he's like, I can come visit you. And I'm like, great. I finally have nothing going on. We can have such a fun weekend. No pressure. Let's do it. Then he starts commenting about how expensive flights are, how expensive hotels are. And then he again asks to sleep on my couch. Now, I'm typically a 3 strikes and you're out type of person. And when you're making comments you're flying across the country to see someone and it better be worth it, putting a lot of pressure on it, not booking a flight and then calling me for an hour to make sure I'm worth it, and then mentioning things like you paid for a whole Europe trip and you were mad that your ex-girlfriend bought herself a Chanel bag on that trip. It just was no. It was a no. Bachelor number 3, his sister recommended I slide in his DMs, so I did. He never answered me and just started opening my Instagram stories. No. Bachelor number 4 is a friend of mine. He has really helped me get through this time. He is a sweet little angel. And of course, I caught feels. So I told him.
You know what's funny about this video is that Linda in the comments said, my husband and I are seriously considering divorce. And the dating scene in LA makes me nervous. So I only want to get divorced if I know the grass is greener, or if I think the grass is greener. But now that I'm not so sure, then I don't know, maybe I should stay in this relationship.
Women actually become more attractive as they age. And contrary to what you hear on social media, if you're a woman in your mid-30s to 40s or 50s, I bet you're actually more desirable as a relationship partner than you ever were in your 20s. And here's the reason why. As women age, you grow in your self-confidence, you grow in your self-awareness, you become more dynamic and become more of an asset to any man you're in a relationship with. That means that you are the prize. And the older and more experience you get with life, the deeper your ability to add to a man's life grows as well. So I want you to stop listening to anyone or anything that's telling you that you're about to age out. I want you to let go of the idea that there's some window of opportunity that's closing for you as you get older. And I want you to embrace that you are pure magic, that you are pure love, and you get to share your magic and your love with the right man who deserves that.
Guys, I was on the train earlier and this girl was with her boyfriend, and I guess he was telling her jokes or they were looking at something together. I don't know what was happening, but she kept laughing at like everything he said, and she was like laughing like an owl. Like she was like, ooh, ooh, ooh. And when I heard this owling, I just realized that I had to go. So I switched my train car, but it made me think to myself, like, ladies, why do we do this? Why, like, how come whenever we meet a man, we just lose every single brain cell? Like, what is that about?
Well, we can take solace in the fact that it's not just men. Modern women don't want anyone to have any fun.
That's a misconception
right.
on this whole educated.
Forget misconception. It's blatant lies that are telling because that group of people wants to look a certain way. And then when you have messages that are saying, well, you are, the most educated, or you're getting more degrees than the black man, and that's a form of pride.
Like, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to belittle?
Right. Yes, and that's exactly what it is. That's a form of pride.
We better than you.
If you're prideful if these women are prideful in getting themselves in order, well, pride, you forget about your little right.
One. Yeah.
Pride will have you.
While you trying to shine, your children are dull, blind, and lost.
But then also approach me. I want a man to feel confident. I want an alpha male, even though I'm telling him I'm better than him.
I just love how men are just so unapologetic when it comes to shooting their shot. Please ask yourself, would it look like this woman would be interested in me? Does it look like I have matching qualifications? If I were to tell her what I've accomplished, would she be impressed? I'm just a messenger.
I don't know. Some of you ladies don't really have a lot going on upstairs, so he's actually out of your league.
Women don't have original thoughts. Let me tell you a story. One time I was seeing this girl for a few weeks and she was over and we just ate dinner and there was a bunch of dishes in the sink and she was like, oh, I hate this. I like when it's loaded. I'm like, cool, load the dishwasher then, clean. And she was like, no, I don't want to do that and I'm like, why? I'm like, why don't you want to clean for me? Where did this belief actually stem from? TikTok? And she was like, yeah, I saw TikTok and if I do it, then you're going to expect it. I'm like, what's the problem with that? You don't want to do nice things for me? She started cleaning. Guys, the point is, everybody is being programmed by TikTok, okay? Every belief a woman has is from TikTok. They don't even know why they believe it. If you ask them one question about it, you can completely dismantle their worldview and have them on your program.
Exactly. Y'all are expecting flowers. Y'all expecting the man to pay for the date. No questions asked. But God forbid a man should expect anything from you.
As much as I love compliments, please do not compliment me, like single me out when I'm with a group of women, okay? You can wink at me, blow kisses at me for all I care, and I'm not gonna trip. But if you are literally walking up to me when I'm clearly with a group of women and you come and you go, oh my God, you're so pretty. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. No, not you. You. Imagine the effects of that. Just think about it. Just think about it for a second, okay? It's not the best. So please, spare me.
Why don't men ever approach? No man ever gives me a compliment. Men don't tell me I'm pretty. What are you doing?
So Ace Metaphor said that a lot of men don't like women. They just tolerate women for intimacy. But I think it goes a lot deeper than that. I think a lot of men don't know what to do with a woman other than be physical with her because they don't know themselves other than being a physical person. A lot of men are not emotionally connected with themselves, so they're unable to emotionally connect with a woman. You know, unfortunately, our men have been groomed to be 304s out here where society is telling them that's what between their legs is more important than anything as well. So when they meet a woman, many men, that's the only thing that they have to offer. They're all trying to conquer women by their organs and not by their minds because our men have been devalued as well. It's not that they're not attracted to women's minds. It's that they're not connected to their own minds in order to entice somebody that way. That's the only way they know how to communicate. It's not that they're not interested in women. They're only tolerating women for intimacy. They only have been groomed to see women and to deal with women that way. Unfortunately, that's why a lot of men are very surface. You can't have a deep conversation with them outside of what they look like, what kind of money they make, and the car they drive in their intimate areas. You ask anything deeper, they get stuck because our men have not been groomed to go deep. You know, they've been just marketed as, especially black men, you know, have always been sexualized. So unfortunately, we see our men out here and that's what they got to offer. That's why you got men at 7-Eleven with no job, nothing going on, but they think because what they got between their legs, they still should be able to conquer a woman.
Kelvin says, clickbait. Mr. Cloud says, I don't listen to nothing he says because he doesn't live by his words. I'm going to add something to the pot. A coping mechanism. A coping mechanism for a lot of these women to sit up here and not do the work on themselves. Well, the man was groomed. He does this and he looks like this. Come on, don't do that. Don't do that. Always a man who ain't healed himself. He ain't looked into himself. He got a Batman-like dark, deep down complex going on. All right, y'all got it.
Every time I see a conventionally attractive man on Hinge, I always question, what's wrong with you? Because I know what's wrong with me to be on this app. But something nefarious is afoot, because why are you here?
I feel like there's another variation that says something about why are you still single? And women get upset about it.
What if the love bombing he gave you in the beginning wasn't fake, but fear just crept in? Okay, look, I know that sounds crazy and you probably want to go off on him, but hear me out. I used to be so angry with avoidant men. How could you come on so strong, tell me everything that I want to hear, make me feel like I finally found my person, just for you to disappear as soon as things got too real? To be honest with you, I used to take this personally. I thought it was me that was the problem. If I was a little bit more chill, if I played the cool girl a little bit more, if I was a little less emotional, a little less reactive, would it have turned into something? But now that I'm healed, I'm like, I was never the problem. And listen, this doesn't make them bad people, but it does make me feel bad for them. Because imagine being so terrified of the thing that you crave the most. Love, connection, closeness. Avoidant men want love so badly. Only time that they actually feel safe is in that first couple of weeks. Things are light, exciting, and not too deep yet. And to be very honest with you, most of the time, they believe the things that they're telling you about the future together. Second that things get real, emotionally, everything that they promised you in that period of time begins to be overwhelming. It's nothing that you're necessarily doing that's putting pressure on them. What you have to understand is that most of the time, they're putting that pressure on themselves. Extremely emotionally overwhelming. Unless they heal, that connection that you had in the beginning, the only version of love that they'll experience is the only kind that doesn't actually scare them. I used to want revenge on these men so bad. Honestly, why bother? Because what is sadder than being trapped in fear and calling it freedom? This is the type that you tend to fall for. Hit the link in my bio. Let's work together.
And this is the part that you can actually help men. You can reassure men and say, nope, I'm with you. I know you might be thinking X, Y, and Z. You can talk to me about that. I'm right here with you. I know we're still learning this, and this, but I ain't going nowhere. We're doing this, and not saying that you have to stay for somebody that's acting crazy, weird, and toxic. But women need to step up and reassure men like they want men to reassure them.
I am going to continue to stand on the notion that you should not be nice to men. There is another man on yet another podcast saying the quiet part out loud. This man is on a podcast talking about how much he has lied, manipulated, coerced, stolen, changed his identity to get the women that he wants. He does not believe in being honest, truthful, forthcoming about who he truly is as a person, what he truly wants, and his desires in terms of relationships. This man said he is willing to do whatever he has to do, pretend to be whoever he has to be to get what he wants from that woman. And once he gets it from that woman, he moves on with his life. Mind you, he's also married. That's why you got to give these men strict boundaries. You got to run a tight ship, be strict, and cut out all the niceness, because that is going to allow you to at least weed out some of that, because a lot of these men out here are not playing fair. So there is no reason for you to be out here being all nice to these men when they are hiding their true intentions, lying, and being predatory.
Gonna ask a question. Instead of dealing with these types of dudes, how about just doing the work to find a man that's not on this type of time?
I definitely don't think if I was stranded in the forest with a random man that he would protect me the whole time we're stranded there.
What percentage of men do you think would choose to attack you in this scenario?
Probably like 80% of men.
80, you think 8 in 10 men, 8 in 10 men would say you.
Men are scary.
So think of 10 males in your family, 10, 8 of them are going to essay a chick in the forest.
I don't know more than like 5 men in my family.
Okay, well, let's just take 5 then. 4 out of the 5 men that you do know in your family are going to essay a chick in the forest.
Yeah.
Would that include your father?
No, he passed away, so I'm not counting him. He's not alive.
Brother?
No.
Cousin?
Yeah.
How many cousins are you envisioning? 5?
No, 2.
So where do the other 3 come from?
Uncle, grandfather, great-grandfather.
So there was a comment here by J Blaze 43 that says, women have an inflated ego. Men are thinking about how to survive, while women are thinking about if he's going to try. Girl, get over yourself. We're trying to get out of here alive.
I don't want to name names, but how are these men out here laughing at the same movie that they've seen 185 times? You are lucky if I watch something for a second time, if it makes me even chuckle. And these men are here giggling like schoolgirls at the same line delivered the same way that they have seen 223 times. And I'm not on that. But what I am saying is I am constantly perplexed.
Maybe you don't need to name names. Maybe you need to find a hobby or something like that.
I don't know what's going on with the women. It's talking about they too good to go to Friday starters, Outback, Texas Roadhouse, IHOP. What? Why y'all too good? I'm not. I was talking to my homegirl on the phone, and I got a date today. And she was asking me where I'm going, and we going to Texas Roadhouse. And she like, Texas Roadhouse, girl, you better make him make reservations somewhere upscale and a luxury restaurant where you got to get dressed up. Girl, you got 3 baby daddies, 3 different baby daddies. One of them don't even claim your baby, and 2 of them locked up. And you on Section 8. And you on welfare. Okay? It's just like, girl. And I asked when the last time you had a date. And she like, right. Y'all women, y'all act like y'all too good for shit. That's why y'all always in a house. That's why nobody wants y'all.
Hey, Mr. Beast, when you finish with this, can you do 100 women versus accountability? So I set up the obstacle course here for you with varying levels of difficulty. And on the first 10, they're going to have to admit how actually they were the narcissist and not their ex-boyfriend. On the second 10, they're going to have to admit how their poor selection of single, miserable feminist friends keep them single and miserable and hating men as well. Finally, on the last 10, if there's any left at this point, they just have to call their dad and apologize.
Hot take, but if you're a hot girl and you date an ugly man, you're anti-woman. Because what you don't realize is you are raising the stock of that man because he was with you. And inevitably you're gonna break up because men will men. Then he's gonna be on the market. He's gonna post pictures of you on his dating app so people are like, damn, that's his ex? She's so pretty. He must have really beautiful insides and be a wonderful person to get such a baddie. And you know what? It's not true, because I think we've seen all these dudes are the same. Okay, these movies lied. Beauty and the Beast lied. Gaston and the Beast, both very questionable choices, okay? Hunchback of Notre Dame, I think we saw he just wanted to bang Esmeralda. So as a single girly on the market, I am begging all you hot girls, please stop dating ugly men. They do not deserve you. I have gone on friend dates with so many beautiful single girls, and I'm like, she is such a catch, and she can't get a guy because these guys have inflated egos because of all of you hotties raising their stock when they don't deserve it. Why are you investing in worthless securities? Diversify your portfolio. Get a baddie guy. Not believing what they say, nice guys finish last. No, because they're not nice.
They have one caramel frappuccino with an extra shot, and they get to talking silly like this.
A girl will come out her mouth and tell you, my daddy set the bar high. My daddy showed me what a real man was. And if you can't live up to that standard, you might as well leave. They quick to say that. But the minute you say, my mama set the bar high, she showed me how a woman's supposed to treat a man. And if you can't act feminine like my mom, you might as well step. They'll be quick to call you out your name. They be quick to call you a mama's boy. They'll be quick to say, I'm not your mama. Go date your mama. You see the hypocrisy?
The bar is literally in hell. I'm about to go on a date with this guy. And he goes, hey, I can order you an Uber to my house. The way that shell shocks me, in all the years I've been single, I think one other man has offered to get me an Uber. Someone offering you an Uber in this economy, great move.
Somehow, modern women have gotten into the mindset to where they think they're on a dating reality TV series or something like that.
Okay, well, I officially give up. I had a date tonight that I thought was for dinner. I mean, I thought it would be dinner and drinks. He suggested 2 really nice restaurants. They're restaurants. They're not known for bars. They are restaurants at 7 p.m. That's dinner. We sat for 2 hours and he had a beer and I had a glass of wine. And it was kind of awkward and I give up. And now I'm hungry and I look cute. I want to go out. Should I go out? I feel like I should just go out.
You feel more attracted to a woman who you feel more masculine around. Mm-hmm. It's the same experience. The more feminine she feels around you, the more naturally attractive you're going to be. And I thought this was really funny because I saw a content creator on TikTok say women are falling in love with men in books who have 12 words written about their physical description.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, and I was like, that is 100% true. If men understood how important the energetics are to attraction, these ideas that you have of I'm not rich enough, I'm not handsome enough, I'm not fit enough, I'm not blah, blah, blah enough, whatever the enough thing is, isn't even what she's going to be attracted to. Your ability to master the energetic quality is what she is going to be naturally more attracted to. What do you have to say about that?
I will say the more empowered feminine a woman is, the more that she's going to be looking for, how do I feel with this man? That's going to be her barometer when she's dating. How do I feel? Do I feel like I can be authentically myself? Am I in my body? Am I relaxed? Do I feel like I could actually say anything and not be misunderstood, right? Someone's going to be curious, open-minded, patient. Do I feel like I can be in my body completely? And I know those might feel like hard to define qualities, so we're going to give you truly in this episode and the next one, tangible ways to create space for her feminine energy to shine.
I want to stress I know where you're coming from, but this type of advice leaves a lot left to the imagination. For instance, if you say I want to be able to say anything and not feel misunderstood, that is not correct. You know you're going to judge a man for the things that he said, and he's wanting the same thing, but you're going to say he's rude, get on TikTok, tell everybody about it, people that you don't even know, and then they're going to be saying, leave him. Why would he even say that? But that's the grace and the courtesy that you want to extend to him. I get where you're coming from, but a lot of this stuff that some of these women be saying is not realistic.
I'm trying to pay for some. What's up?
You only got $40, bro. Damn, you got
100 men versus the gorilla. 100 men versus the gorilla. What about 100 men versus being loyal to their girlfriend? Versus not liking every Instagram photo that they see on their feed and then saying, oh, I just like everybody's photo on the feed. No. What about versus actually taking accountability for their actions? What about versus, having consent? Consent. What's that? versus not being creepy. Ooh, tough one. Super tough one. Versus holding their friends accountable for their weird behaviors in the group chat. I've seen what you say in the group chat, babe. That's a tough one. Will they handle that? Will they? Ooh. Versus just being nice human beings. Ooh. I don't know if that's possible. I don't think it is.
This is not going to work, particularly because you're talking about loyalty. And the woman is saying, well, I'm single until I'm married. I can date multiple men. It's okay to have a roster. All men need to hold their friends accountable. Really? Like y'all be holding y'all friends accountable when y'all say, oh, it's his loss and she was dead wrong? Talking about a group chat and y'all be lighting people up, dudes up in the group chat, just talking about them mercilessly, medium ugly men? Girl, go sit down.
I'm 30. I got a divorce 5 years ago. And then a year ago, I was in a relationship with another guy and we were engaged, and I decided to call off that engagement. And I have beat myself up over the fact that I am barely 30 and I have 2 failed, very serious relationships. And as I've shared more about it on TikTok, it's so funny because there's always the men in the comments being like, you need to take accountability. Wow, 2 failed relationships. Like, maybe you need to look inward. And trust me, I have taken accountability. There were definitely things that I did wrong in both of those relationships that probably led to them failing. But let's normalize giving every single thing we have to serious relationships and them just not working out. Like, I don't know what else to say. And thankfully, I've gotten to the point now, almost a year out of my engagement, where I have given myself a lot of grace and I don't beat myself up typically, but sometimes something will trigger that and I'll think like, wow, yeah, I am a failure. But at the end of the day, I truly, with what I had at the time, gave everything I possibly could. But the thing is, the version of myself today, a year later, wouldn't have ever even given the man I was engaged to the time of day. If I would have met him today, I'd have been like, absolutely not. I know we're not compatible. I know we're just not meant to be. But younger me didn't know, and that's okay.
Well, I don't think that you have to beat yourself up over it, but I think for some of the women out there, they never take any accountability. It's always the man's fault, and they go through multiple relationships, always failing because of him. At what point in time are you as a woman going to take accountability, as I think what men are saying?
Do you like girls?
Of course I like girls. Yes.
Do you like when they ask you what you bring to the table?
I've never had a girl ask me what I bring to the table.
Do you have a table?
I have a house that the table can go in. I got multiple tables.
Does that mean you date multiple girls? Do you believe in that whole polygamy thing?
I don't not believe in it.
You do not? What does that mean?
You said, do I believe in it? I don't not believe in it. I believe in it. To each his own.
So you believe in it? Would you do it? Are you doing it now?
I'm not doing it now. I'm single, but I've had poly situations.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
If I passed away, how long would it take for you to move on? Seriously.
If you passed away, how would you go?
Like, I got sick and like passed away.
What kind of sickness?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Just if I got sick.
I would never move on because I love you.
Okay, but like for real, like you have to. You're young. Like.
Okay, I mean, if you actually passed away, maybe like a week. What?
You're lying.
Yeah, like a week, and then I'd probably move on.
A week?
You're not here anymore. Why would I just sit and sulk?
Then you wouldn't be sad and like mourn me for like at least a couple years, maybe like 15 years.
15 years?
You'd
I'll be
move
like
on
old
in
and I'll be old and gray by then.
Okay, but like, how could you move on?
Okay, I'll give you a month.
What is wrong with you?
A month is enough time.
I would literally haunt you for the rest of my life.
Oh my God.
Wow, he's really handsome. Hey, cutie, do you have a...
Hello, welcome in. Can we have your name?
My name is Darnell.
And Darnell, how old are you?
I'm 47 years of age.
47, and what do you do?
I am an entrepreneur. I'm a stand-up comedian, actor, entertainer, and podcaster.
Okay. What do you like to do for fun?
I actually enjoy spending time with my friends, family. I like to draw. I like to laugh. I'm a foodie. I love to eat. I like to travel as well, and I like to just learn new things.
Okay. What do you look for in a woman?
I look for, at the end of the day, a virtuous woman. If I have to tell you what that means, then I just know you're not for me.
Okay. And deal breakers?
Deal breakers, being dismissive, not being open-minded, and a woman that doesn't have God in her life in any type of way.
Okay. All right. So we did get pop balloons. Let's go on over there, see why they ended up popping. Okay. Your name and age, and why did you end up popping your balloon?
Hi, I'm Shahir, 35, and I just popped because I think you're just a little too small for me, and I think a little too old, but that's it.
Respectful. That's
But
respect.
you're a handsome guy.
Now, is she someone that's your type?
Yeah, she is. She's a beautiful lady. I like the
you.
outfit, put it on. Yeah, I just didn't get to know her, but yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Your name and age, and why did you end up popping your balloon?
I'm Janaea Moore. I'm 33, and I popped the balloon because, yeah, a little bit too old for me. I mean, what she said. I did know what she said, and it's like you're older and you have this like young guy swag, which is fine. It's fine, but it's like, yeah.
Really, honestly, and truly, any commentary from the second lady, you don't listen to. I think I saw her on another clip where she was saying something silly. So at this point in time, what can you really trust in terms of feedback from a lot of these modern women?
If you really want to know why men believe that women love dangerous men and aggression and all of that, just look under Prison Talk and look at the comment section. There's a lot of desperate women just willing to open their doors and their legs for prisoners because they find the prisoners attractive. Yeah, so I believe men do have a justifiable reason as to why they believe women do want to get their butts whooped or anything like that, because women do promote dangerous men like they're attractive. Or just look at Prison Talk. It's crazy, y'all. Look under the comment section.
If you are out with a woman and she sparks a conversation with a male stranger, you cannot fix that away from her. You cannot fix her. If you out with a woman on a date, or if it's your girlfriend or whatever, if she will spark a conversation with a male stranger, she is not coachable. Get the away from her.
People get on here real quick talking about niggas ain't this, niggas ain't that. Well, congratulations, you ain't got no fatty neither, and it shows. So with that being said, we ain't dealing with fatherless women at all whatsoever. We ain't dating them, getting them pregnant, entertaining them. None of the above. You fatherless women are some of the most annoying people, most irritating, low down, dirty ever exist. Think they know everything, don't listen to nobody. Ugh, fatherless women. It's great.
Your husband, was your husband a good man? Was your husband a good man?
Say what?
Did you have a husband that was a good man?
Yeah, oh, excellent. Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent.
Right.
Yeah.
He was an excellent man.
I mean, you know, he could make anything happen.
That's what I need, a make it happen man.
That's why I don't worry about stuff. You know?
Right. Why would you? Your man's making it happen.
Well, in order to attract one of those, you got to be a good person too.
I was falsely accused of sexual assault, thrown in prison, bailed out on $250,000 bail with no criminal record. I hired a private detective. We learned that this person had done it many times in other states. They drugged me in the bar on camera, multiple eyewitnesses.
Did the person in question go prison after?
They had zero interest in prosecuting a girl who made the story up, never showed up to court again. I had to fight for 11 months, and then when I was able to prove it with video evidence, they just dismissed me.
There are so many girls that do go through that, and to falsely accuse someone that they didn't do it, and then nothing happens to them. I think that's ridiculous.
Well, the problem is the women that do the false accusing, they really hurt the girls that really were hurt. I'm not going to let one evil person, when there's 100 great people and one bad person, I'm not going to let that person ruin my outlook on life. Yeah, are you going to be a little more cautious? I used to consider myself street smart until that happened. I just enjoy life more now with a little bit of caution.
But what would be your advice to maybe young men out there?
If a girl's throwing herself at you too much, you might be feeling yourself. It might make you a little bit confident, but just be wary. Not all girls are sweet, and some of them have bad agendas.
Well, what do we have today, Guru? I think that it's time for another tutorial on the power of the wig and the weave. Take a look.
Y'all, so I'm going through a breakup in my 30s, and it just hits different. It just rocks you differently because you long for marriage, you long for children. So I'm talking to my therapist this morning, and I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I can't get over this. Like, I don't understand what's going on. Y'all, tell me why I just left my hair appointment, and all of a sudden, I don't give a fuck. All of a sudden, nothing matters. Go get your hair done. Because you may find out you're being dramatic and you just need a new weave. Go get your hair done. Because all of a sudden, I don't give a fuck.
Loss on the neck, the therapy's not working. What is the answer that we do? We go get us a new wig and a weave. Let's just get rid of therapy altogether, folks. It doesn't work. Let's just all have, especially the women, go get them a new wig and a weave. I wonder if it works for men too. Guru, you've been wrong this whole time saying the wig and weave have them under a curse when they've been getting deliverance this whole time from the wig.
Y'all ever wondered why really intelligent men can tend to have a hard time with women, and then some of the stupidest men seem to have the best luck with women? Well, the primary reason is because the same intelligent mindset that allows you to be successful in your career or in business is not the same as the mindset that allows you to be successful with women. See, women are counterintuitive. They are logically backwards, as so much so that to a regular thinking brain, a woman's psyche is not going to make sense to him. See, he goes to work, client wants XYZ. He goes, okay, client says they want XYZ. He delivers on XYZ. Good job. He gets paid. He's a smart guy. Now with women, right? He goes home. She's like, I want you to stop working so much. I want you to spend more time with me. And he's like, oh, okay. So she says she wants me to stop working so much, spend more time with her. That's what she says she wants. I'm going to deliver on that. He pulls back his hours at work. He starts hanging around the house with her more. Next thing you know, she's lost attraction for him. She's some other dude. He's like, what happened? Because see, to him, logically, he's like, I delivered on what she wanted. That's what I do. That's what I've done my whole life. It's always worked for me. It got me good grades in school. It got me paid at my job. Like, what the f? He didn't understand that women are not a 1 + 2 = 3 equation. Women have to be swayed and triggered and finessed through an understanding of their psychology. And to a smart mother, that just doesn't make sense. And it don't make sense. It is stupid. But look, I didn't make women. God did. So if you got a problem with it, you got to take it up with him. Your only option is to understand the game, understand the psychology, learn it, and use it to your advantage. That's why I give free game here every day. Y'all follow me for more.
We see these athletes with these Caucasian women. A lot of time when they don't have anything, they can't pull those same women. But the women they want, when they get that money, they can go get them.
Do they go and get them, or do they get got?
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, that's what they're kind of taught to, like, I don't want to say taught.
Who?
Grown.
The athletes?
No, the women. They look for that. I don't know why we acting like it's a foreign thing that they seek out athletes. White women seek out athletes or stars or...
It's just white women.
But why are they being chosen? Because black women are seeking out those guys too.
That's why. I was
so the ones that are being chosen.
I don't think that's a question for. I think that's a self-reflection for black women.
No, I think that's a reflection for black men.
Why?
I feel like
that's because you all don't think that it's based on how this person makes me feel. So then you will have to self-reflect to see how are you making me feel that's undesirable, and you don't want to do that. So now it's about me instead of maybe y'all ain't never liked me all these years.
So
I
you
was
gonna
doing
base
whatever.
what 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 black women did off of a whole race?
Cal,
So you were
not gonna tell me this is every black athlete story.
I'm not saying
two African American women told you was ugly. So now when you make it, you finna go get Becky because Becky made you feel seen, and Alicia and Keisha did when you was in high school because you feel some type of way.
You could name everyone in the DMX song, and none of them look my direction, and then this one do, and now you mad at me because I'm looking back.
You know, something I find hot for absolutely no reason is men who can just so swiftly back into a parking spot, like with their big truck, just so effortlessly, like just backs her in there, no problem, no put it in forward, put it in reverse, just it's like, wow, you really know how to work that thing, don't you?
You will never find more miserable at their core women than you will find in big cities on the career paths. New York and LA is saturated. Women, miserable, career-driven women who drink too much, who take Xanax every time something happens in their life because they can't handle anything, who are crabby, who are mean, who are masculine, go into their meetings with their masculine energy all the time, and who have autoimmune issues, who are just broken down on the inside by virtue of being in New York and LA and being on their Power Girl trip.
So I know they say, don't show you eat, right? But I got a coworker, right? And I mean, I ain't saying he got money, but I mean, he got money to play with. So would it be wrong of me try to get some of said money about this man? I mean, I ain't gonna force it. I know how to play the game. But should I leave it alone? Because he not gonna get short, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, send me some money. You talk about all this Bitcoin you got, all this crypto you got. Well, then send me some. Or are you all talk? I don't know. What y'all think? Leave it alone? Because I really like him as a coworker, as a person. But your girl still need funds. It's almost time for the BTS comeback. So I gotta do what I gotta do. Or if you got some other ex-military friends that also have funds, send them my way because money gotta get made.
I like him as a person, but I'm looking to exploit him. Girl math.
I seriously have a genuine question for men. How do you look at a girl and be like, I know what category I'm going to put her in? Like, how can you guys determine that off of a look?